welcome to my channel. So today my day is running out of time. It's 8:45 right now, 8:43, 8:42 right now, and I do not have a video for tomorrow, so I decided to quickly film one before I wash my makeup off for the day. So you guys are with me here. Bear with me. This is actually a very requested video. So a while back I did a video called how not to be seductive or how to be anti-seductive or something like that, and I was using terms from Robert Greene's book The Art of Seduction, and I was just kind of making fun about people that aren't seductive. But I had a lot of requests from people asking, but how do you actually be seductive? And so what I decided to do is take one term. There are 9 different seducer styles, and I decided to pick my favorite type of seducer to talk about today. So today I'm going to talk about how to be a charmer, or the charmers, and I'm just going to read something from the book, Robert Greene's book, The Art of Seduction. He says, charmers are consummate manipulators, masking their cleverness by creating a mood of pleasure and comfort. Their method is simple. They deflect attention from themselves and focus it on their target. Charmers make us feel better. Charmers do not argue, complain, or pester. What could be more seductive? By drawing you in with their indulgence, they make you depend on them. Okay, so everybody that I have in my life that's really close to me is a charmer, and they trap me. They trap me. My husband, Carr, Nathan, you guys have met Michelle. These are all highly charming people. Their main style of seduction, all 3 of these people, and you guys have met them, so I can talk about them. Well, you haven't met Carr, but I've told you stories about him. But their main method of seduction is charmer. So what they do is, all of them have done this. Michelle, not as much as Nathan and Carlton. But Carr, when I first came into his life, he started just doing things for me and making my life so easy. He would change the oil in my car, or help me clean his mom's house, or he was very, very indulgent of anything I wanted to do, and he still is extremely indulgent of anything I want to do. He doesn't like attention on himself. Like if it's one-on-one, he and I, he'll like attention, but he just smothers me in charm all the time. And then Nathan has done the same thing. Nathan was just a follower on YouTube when I had, I think, for like 2 years, I had 2 videos on YouTube, and Nathan reached out through that, and then through the art of charm, just made himself completely indispensable to my life. And he did that by a couple different ways. So even in suggesting the book, The Art of Seduction, to me, what he did is, so if I wanted someone, so Nathan and I were exchanging book titles or book recommendations, and we liked much of the same things in books. So he said that initially he wanted to suggest the book The Art of Seduction to me, but because there's terms like manipulation and seducer and victim in there, and that's offensive to some people, and he was like, I didn't know how you would take it. So he suggested other books, and then through my feedback from those other books, suggested the book The Art of Seduction. And what I would have done, my style of seduction is not charmer. Like by nature, I'm not charming at all. I'm working to learn this skill. But it's not something that just comes natural to me. My response on the other books that he had suggested, he led me up to suggesting the book The Art of Seduction. Whereas if it had been me and I wanted you to read the book The Art of Seduction, I'd be like, oh my God, you have to read this book The Art of Seduction. You're going to love it. It's going to change your life. You have to watch it or listen to it now. But it's not for everybody. And so charmers just watch and observe, and they make your life better, and they make any group better. One thing, before I read the book The Art of Seduction, I knew there was a group of people, or there were some people, I have a sister like this, that make any group they go into better. Like if you hear that these people are going to be at a gathering or a party, you already know it's going to be better than if they weren't there. They make everything better. better. People pay for them to go on vacation with them, or because their presence is so desirable. What they do in a group of people, what charmers do in a big group of people, is say somebody makes a joke that doesn't go over well, charmers can make a witty comment that makes the joke flow over, and then the whole room avoids an awkward feeling, and the person that said the joke still gets the attention for having said the joke, but the charmer was the one that made it go over. So it's like a thankless job, except that it isn't thankless, because I now so depend on Carr and Nathan. They weaseled their way into my life, and I now so strongly depend on both of them, which was their goal, that it makes me nervous. I'm not happy about it, but I want this skill. And my friend Michelle that you guys met, so she is one of those people. A lot of times I don't try to be friends with the popular kids. I don't know why, but everyone loves Michelle. Everyone loves Michelle, including me. So when my friend Michelle came to spend a week with me a couple weeks ago, one of the things that she did that was just charming, which, I mean, this is like a small thing because she was doing this all weekend long. I can just think of thing after thing after thing that she did. Well, I just changed what I was going to tell you guys about. So when we were in Nashville, and I was always the one to suggest, do you want a drink? And she always said yes whenever I wanted another drink. Like she never complained if she was out of a drink and I wasn't, which I don't know if she was or not. But anytime I said, do you want a drink? She said yes. Anytime I wanted coffee, she was ready for coffee. She was going with the flow, just making it so seamless and so easy. But yet she was adding fun to the trip. Like she saw this machine that had the penny machine, and we made, like, what's it called? When those pennies that have I don't even know. Maybe I can take a picture and put a picture in here for you. But I mean, it wasn't like she was just boring and not enjoying herself and not having any input, because she certainly was, but she was just making it so smooth and so seamless. And now I have a million ideas. I'm like, Michelle, we are going to travel all over the world together. I don't think I've told her. So if she watches this and she hears this, Michelle, I have a travel plan ready for us. Because she's like my sister that has is charming. Everyone just loves to be around these people. By drawing you in with their indulgence, they make you dependent on them. Yeah, I'm so susceptible to charmers. Okay, learn to cast the charmer's spell by aiming at people's primary weaknesses, vanity and self-esteem. To be a charmer, you have to listen and observe. That's what I was saying earlier with Nathan in the book suggestion. Listen and observe. And that is what my husband does very well. My husband observes more than he listens. Listen to the target's complaints, but then distract them from their problems. They will fall under your spell. People who play on their beauty have little power in the end. Beauty fades. Charm is ageless. Yes, and this is why I am so determined to learn the skill of charm, or the art of charm, because I'm not saying I'm beautiful, but I'm saying I have noticed that girls that are extremely beautiful very early on, a lot of times, have you ever heard people say she was fat and then she got hot and now she has a personality and a hot body? Well, it's because we all kind of know this to be true about girls. Because as women, we hit our peak beauty kind of early in our lives. So we aren't required to, like, guys have to, I guess guys that are extremely athletic and really are very, masculine and very desirable early on, also can kind of sometimes not develop a good personality or a witty personality because they don't need to, because they're winning at life and they can get all the girls that they want. Well, girls have this thing where if you hit your beauty too early on, then you don't have a need to develop your personality. You would not believe how much pretty girls get away with things that other people don't. It's just the truth. But it's not a good thing if you forget to develop your personality. And So yeah, that's what I've noticed that I've surrounded myself with charming people. My friend Katie, she's a little charming, but she's got other qualities that make her, her seduction style is a little closer to my seduction style. So she's not as charming, but I love charming people. So go out, observe people, see how you can add value to a group, see how you can add value to a person's lives, a life without bringing attention to yours or trying to get attention for yourself. Give without the expectation of anything in return, basically, is what I see charmers do. And it's just so, I just adore charmers. I'm gonna be one day. I will. Oh, hey, another thing. So I have set up my Patreon. We have some big goals and some big dreams and some big things we want to do, but we're kind of strapped for energy, like, because we have to work a lot and produce these videos. So some of the goals that we have and some of the things we want to pursue, we need a little time off of work to do that. So if you want to support us in this journey, I'm just so incredibly, can I just indulge myself a little bit here talking about this? So I'm super duper excited about my journey here on YouTube, our journey here on YouTube. Our journey. You're following me, and this is our journey, and I believe that this is going to be my path for the next 50 years, that I'm going to be making content and producing content, and you're here with me at the very beginning. I'm just so grateful, and I'm so excited, and I know that things will happen in their time, and I'll continue working and making things happen. But seriously, Nathan and I are making plans for 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. We oftentimes say, multiple times have said, well, this is a plan we can't do right now, but this would be good for 5 years down the road, with what are kind of just givens, what we'll be going through. I'm sure you're ready for me to shut up. But yeah, if you want to support us, go ahead and head over to Patreon, or you can head over to my Instagram. So I don't have a ton of followers over on my Instagram, and I'm pretty good at getting back to messages on Instagram. So yeah, follow me. Thanks so much for being here. Have a good night.